Gentlemen, meet the Louds. The handsome, hard-working dad.
Cut. Roll again. Here we go.
The smart, sultry mom.
I like sultry.
And wait till you see the firstborn. Solid gold.
James Gandolfini was doing research for a new HBO movie, Cinema Verite. He was going to play a producer, Craig Gilbert. And Gilbert produced this landmark American series called An American Family. And Gandolfini really needed to experience Craig Gilbert. There's not much footage of him. We have some of his early documentaries, so he came in to research and see these documentaries. So I talked to Jim about Craig Gilbert. I had worked with him before. And we just went over who he was, and we looked at programs together. Very interesting about Jim. He didn't really look at the screen. He sort of paced back and forth. He wanted to hear the voice, and he sort of became the character that he was seeing on television as he was walking back and forth. So it was just amazing to see the creative process of how James Gandolfini created a character. Jim Gandolfini was very intuitive. He wasn't one to take notes. I've dealt with other actors, and they write down each and every line. He just absorbed it. He was like a sponge, and he picked it up, and he would re-listen to it. So you got a sense that he was just in the process himself, that all this material was going into his subconscious. So he's a very different type of actor.
You're my dad. You two ran North Jersey.
We did?
It's also interesting, when Jim Gandolfini wanted anything, he would leave a message on my voicemail saying, "I'm stalking you." And I felt like, that's Tony Soprano, I have to do it. So it was, Jim's, little way to acknowledge how Tony Soprano is so much part of his own persona. And he did it in a nice, joking way.
Everything's a joke to you.
I'm not having a good time.
He could be very charming and personable at times. He could also be very uncommunicative and just really wanted to look and do his work. So there was a little bit of Tony Soprano in him. Not quite sure what Jim Gandolfini was going to show up. And I think that was his contradictions, and that's one reason why he was such a great actor.
Thank you so much.